In the research that has just been conducted about the reason why most of the women are no longer interested in relationships, has found out, and I'm so sorry for you women who are watching here because this is going to break some of you, but I promise you there is a solution for this still. But what the research is saying is that once a woman gets a body count of 5 men, like once you date 5 different men in your life, the chances for you getting married reduces to from 5 to 10%. This is very harsh. The research says that a woman who dates 5 men and above before she gets married finds it very difficult to get married. Like chances for you to get married, get a man and settle and trust that man is between 5 to 10%. I will be explaining why. You see, a lot of people, especially women, because men sometimes they don't care. Women are walking outside here broken, tired, in doubt, with trauma, with stress, with trust issues, with fear when it comes to trying to get into the next level of, somebody, Latoya is asking, you mean 5 at once or excess? What I mean is excess. When you date the first man, you leave them. You date the second, you leave. You date the third, you leave, and you date until 5. It is the body count of 5. That is what research has said. And I will be explaining to you what they explain about it. And I will try to make you understand what this means. You see, most of the people, including men, but mostly women, are walking broken. When you are in your first relationship and it never worked, you went to the second relationship. What you are looking for was not to have the same mistake you had before. Like, you wanted the second relationship to work so much. You are so much in need of your second relationship to work, and then it never worked. You entered the third relationship, and you are working so hard to make sure that your third relationship works. It never worked. You went into the fourth because you never lost hope. You are still trying. According to you, you believe so much that the problem is not yours. The problem is from the man you are dating. So that's why you are moving from one to the other, trying to find the one who will love you better. You get to your fifth and it doesn't work. That is always the most dangerous stage in your life. If you leave the fifth without fixing what I want to talk about here, it's done. So the research says that as long as you have had 5 sexual partners in your life as a woman, your chances of getting married is 5 to 10. So do you now understand why most of the marriages are breaking up? Do you now understand why people don't believe in love anymore? Do you now understand why in this generation, marriage as an institution has broken down? Because we are not fearful of losing our partners. Like, we don't, you see, women take it so easy, like I can leave this one and I'm so beautiful, I'll get another man. And I want you to listen to this. Forget about men, guys. Forget about men. I'm not talking about men today. They have their time. We will speak to them later. Here, take the pain, but use it because there is a solution at the end of this video that is going to help you to find a solution. So if you are somebody who is watching this video and you are looking back and you can see that your body counts is 5 or more than 5, that is where the problem started. Now, let me give you an example, guys. The moment you leave your first relationship, you are broken. You have trauma. You have fear to love again. You have stress. Maybe you are depressed. You feel being used. So you have some damages in you. There is damages that you personally, you try to hide. And when you hide these damages, you go to your next relationship with the same damage. If you don't find a man who can help you to fix yourself, which is like 0.001% of men can help you to fix your trouble that you came with from another relationship. This is what happens. When you get into the second relationship, men like me, we know how to see a damaged woman. We know and we can see your dents. You know, when you hit a car always will get a dent. When a car gets an accident, even if you take it to a garage where it will be painted, they will do, they will do a denting and, refurbish that car. Still, if it's somebody who knows what cars is all about, they will know that this car had an accident. Because when you look at the door, you will see some margin between the door and the door frame. When you look at headlights, you'll see there's a gap. So men understand women who have got those dents. And once we understand, we always know how to manipulate these ladies. They will manipulate you because of your dents. Men take advantage of women who are suffering from the breakup, who are suffering from the past relationship. And why do they take advantage? They take advantage because one thing is, you as a woman, you are trying not to be ashamed again, like you will break up again. People in society will be looking at you and asking you that, you see that woman? She was married. She divorced. Now again, she's divorcing. So you fear. You have the trauma. He can do what he wants because he understands that you have this trauma. So if the same repeats itself until the 5th time, what happens is you lose hope, you lose trust, you lose yourself. The self-confidence disappears. And now you start seeing yourself as a sex tool where you do what we call emotional sex. When you find a man, the only thing you can have with them is sex. That's where you find out that women who have been in with this between 5 counts and above, they will prioritize what is called emotional sex as a tool to maintain their relationship. That's why these men will come, they'll jump on you, they'll have you, they'll use you and dump you because they can see the dents in you. I want to ask you something. Think about you going to the shop to buy a mobile phone, and then the shopkeeper shows you a mobile phone that the screen is broken. Do you think you will buy the same mobile phone at the same price when the screen is not broken? If you go to a shop, you want to buy a mobile phone, and the shopkeeper brings the mobile phone, and you see scratches on the edges of the mobile phone. You see some scratches. Will you still purchase that phone at its original price when it is new? How many of you will not understand that this mobile phone has a dent? Somebody is asking a very important question. How do they note I have a dent? Do you remember, guys, when I was teaching here 3 days ago, and I talked about women, especially the single mothers, when you meet a man and you want to start, to get into another relationship, and you face a man, and the first thing that is in you, you are worried about your kids because you are a single mother, right? So in all your mind, what you want to tell this guy, like you want to see his reaction. So you are so scared, you're worried, you're panicking. So the first thing you want to tell him very fast is like, I'm a single mother, I have a child. Somebody asked, how do men know the dents? It's because once you've been bruised, you always want to talk about that part. You always want to talk about your negative side. So somebody can sympathize with you, or you can be safe. People say that it's safe. Like, I told him I have baby so that I can be safe, so that when he will know, he cannot. But is it always safety? I was just giving an example using a single mother. But even though we are not talking about single mothers here, we are talking about this woman who have had more than 5 men in her life before getting married. Chances of you getting married and settling with a man is reduced from 100% to between 5 and 10%. It might not look real, but if you think I'm lying, look around you and ask yourself, how many women are happy, not in marriage, in their relationship today? Stick around, guys, because I will be giving you guys the solution. The solution to taking your body to the garage for, polishing and making sure that you are refurbished and you can be sold at your original price again. But I don't mean that we sell human beings here. I'm giving an example. Women have lost their own value. They have lost their own value because you are there looking for love, which yesterday I said you will never find in someone. You never found love in that man. You left. And when you are leaving, that man left you with pain in your heart. What happens with most of the people, or even let me not say most of the people, I will ask you who are watching here, we are over 100 people. I want to ask you guys, and for this one, I need a comment in the comment section there. How many of you, when you broke up in your first relationship, looked for a coach, paid the coach, paid a session, or went to the hospital for consultation and told the doctor that I have broken up with my fiancé or I have divorced, I need a therapy session? How many of you did that when you broke up for the first time in your relationship? I'm waiting to see in the comment section. When you had your relationship and the first one, the guy who broke your virginity, whether it was in marriage, whether it was just a boyfriend, a girlfriend thing, and you broke up, how many of you took their money, looked for a coach to go through the process of breakup and heal and redefine themselves like a new car which has gotten an accident, taken to the garage, denting down, aligning done, and then it is polished and taken back to the showroom? How many of you ever did that in your lives? We are 0%. Thank you, Tebza boss. Nobody did that. But as we are speaking, since you left your first relationship, have you never been in another relationship? Is the second question. 100% I know most of you, if not all, after the first breakup, you went into the next relationship, which was the second relationship. So I want to ask you a question. What did you take to the second relationship? Did you take yourself, or you took a person with a dent, a person with trauma, a person with a broken heart, a person with fear of another breakup, a person with trust issues, a person who doesn't understand what relationship is all about, a person who tried to look for love and never found, and now is given a second try? Whom did you give to that man or that woman when you were getting into a second relationship? Is the biggest question to ask yourself. That is where we begin to realize that true love exists, but we do not do the work. Somebody is saying, I'm in the third relationship. Ashaville is saying that he went, I don't know whether it's a she or he, went to the second one because he was heartbroken. Getting into the second relationship because she's having or he's having a broken heart. So he's expecting that the person he is going to love, or she, okay, she said she's a she, the person she's going to love is going to mend her heart. Let me tell you something, guys. We don't mend broken hearts. No woman is loving you to mend your broken heart. No man is loving you to mend your broken heart. A man and a woman only looks for relationship to satisfy the goal of two people coming together to make a relationship. So before you get into your second relationship, you must be a full, energized, healthy, clear mind, happy, and who is fully in love with herself for you to find the true love you've been looking for. Imagine you have been trying to search for a true love, then yet you are not complete. You are like that mobile phone with a broken screen. Yet you are trying, mobile phone is trying to force the shopkeeper to sell it to the customer at the price of a new mobile phone. Yet it has a broken screen. How do you expect to find true love? I've heard so many people comment here and say, no, there's no true love. Oh, love is a scam. My question is, when you were loved for the first time, and mostly most of us, we were loved in high school. Some of us started in primary school. We didn't even know what love is. Your virginity, you broke it in primary school. You left with that pain. You left with that anger. You were left with that agony, the fear, the misinformation, the lies, the promises that were never met while you were in primary school, when you are in secondary school, maybe you were broken when you are in college. Those mess, all of them, you are carrying them, and you expect someone's son or someone's daughter to come into your life and wash away all those shit, then give you the love that you're looking for. It can never work. It has never worked. It will never work. That's why people cheat. People ask, why are men cheating all over the place? Ladies, the first secret is, before you get into your next relationship, trust me, go heal yourself. Go to a hospital. People think that, you need to contact somebody like me alone. Hospital, there are counselors. There are guiding and counseling in hospitals. You can go to the hospital. It doesn't matter whether you have a malaria or not. Even those who have problems inside them after breakup, you can just walk to any of those hospitals and tell them that my problem is not any disease. I feel depressed. I feel stressed. I just need somebody to talk to. They will help you. They will put you in a therapy session. You will be given therapy. It will help you to bring yourself back. Because when you want a relationship, I want you to feel like, before you get to your next relationship, okay? I want you to feel like you have never been in any relationship. I want you to feel like you are a virgin again. I want you to feel like you're not missing anything from any man or any woman. You need to recollect yourself. And I always tell my students this: take your time. If you're still thinking about that person, if you're still seeing them in your dreams, if you're still precious, thank you for those flowers. Some people always, um, do great, send some flowers there. It really helps me, guys. If you have those flowers, don't forget to send them. Don't also forget to click to tap the screen, guys. Let's make it to 20K. It will help to attract more people to watch this video. Guys, listen. Someone's thank you. Making sure that you mend your broken pieces. You put those broken pieces together. You become a complete person. And this is what I always tell my students. It doesn't matter how many years it is going to take you to heal. It is better you stay single. My dear sisters and brothers, I will tell you this and I will say it again. Stay single as much as you can, but never do a mistake to get into a relationship when you are still with broken pieces of heart. You are going to be a vulnerable person in that relationship. So Tina Dawn is saying you are very right, but also think men should be healed and whole before getting into next. Tina, maybe you came late, and this is what I'm trying to say. You see, when you go somewhere and you find someone teaching women, don't tell that person that even men need to be taught, because it is not time for them. There is time for everything. This is time for you. Understand, give your ear and listen. I'm teaching women now. I'm not teaching men. I'm talking to women. So just give your ear. Sometimes this is the problem. Oh, men also need to. Why are you concerned about men also need to hear this? We are treating you. When you go to hospital, when you have a malaria, you don't tell the doctor that, oh, even my neighbor has a malaria, he needs treatment. You only tell the doctor, doctor, I'm not feeling well. So it's time for the women to just listen. Don't compare, don't compete. Don't tell people that no, this is also happening with the man. When you hear, even when you find a video somewhere that is talking about women, just take it as this is a lesson for the women. That's it. Next time you find a video for the men, just take it. This is a video for the men. This is how people heal. Our hearts don't heal because the moment you find a video like this, instead of listening to the teachings, you are so much concerned. Oh man, oh this. Precious Joyce, thank you so much for the gifts. Thank you, I appreciate it. Someone's diamond, thank you for the gift. I appreciate it so much. Yeah, mini speaker, I guess it's Suze, thank you for that. It's a big one. God bless you for that. Guys, don't ever compete. Susie Shiro is asking, can single mom find love again? Absolutely. Let me tell you somebody. No one can. Eunice, thank you for the flower. No one, as long as you're still alive, even a shosh. You see that grandma 90 years old, that grandpa 90 years old, they can still find the love of their life. Trust me. All what we need to do is to wash away the dents. Like I was saying, if you go to a shop, Lisa Cecilia is saying, me, I'm tired. They always break my heart whenever I get into relationships. They are breaking your heart because you are vulnerable. You are not doing the work on yourself. They are always, and this is what I'm talking about here. Once you finish 5, Cecilia, if you've ever dated 5 men in your life, I'm not saying 5 men at a time. If you've dated, you broke up, again you went for the second one, you broke up, the third one, fourth one, you broke up, fifth one. Once you can count 5 men in your life, if you ever dated 5 men in your life, you need a tough coaching and a tough therapy to get your mind off the problems to start loving again. You must be open. Tina, thank you. Thank you for understanding me. I really appreciate. I always appreciate when people, understand what I'm trying to explain. It's my pleasure. What of those who will walk out, leave you for num? I don't know what is that num 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 num. How amazing. Okay. Grace AR is saying, me, I'm meeting cheaters only. I dated once for 5 years and I was disappointed. Okay, thank you for your advice. This is what I'm saying, guys. The solution to finding true love, it doesn't matter how many you have dated. But the truth is, after dating the fifth one, it will be very difficult for you to find a stable relationship, to be in it without doubts, because you have, it is like a car. I don't know how many of you here own cars. When a car gets the first accident, it's always said it's fine. If it gets the second accident, it is always said like, wow, it has a second accident, you have to be careful. Third and fourth and fifth, that car will be written off. It will be put to garage or it will be taken to somewhere and nobody will drive that car again. So research is saying that as a woman, the moment you have 5 different sexual partners, it doesn't matter how many times or which time period, as long as 5 men have been in your life, your chances of getting married or getting a stable relationship reduces from 100% to 5% and maximum of 10%. Men are very clever. Let me tell you guys. Number one thing, I'll give you a very, very interesting uh, example. Imagine you are a virgin, okay? And you meet a man, and this man understands that you're a virgin. It is always very hard for a man to even ask you out, to tell you they want to sleep with you when you're still virgin. In fact, they will understand you. When you try to explain, I've never done this, I don't want to do it, I'm waiting until marriage, they will have that second thought like, anyway, I understand, you have got the power, you've got the ability to say no, you've got that strength. Guys, don't forget to tap the screen, please. Don't just watch as you like the video, please. It is my pleasure when you're doing that. And remember, this video will be available on my YouTube. So if you came late or maybe you don't have time to watch it, you can watch it tomorrow on my YouTube, the same name, John Gora. So I'm saying this, when you're still a virgin, it's not easy for a man to force you to have sex with them. I'm giving you an example how men always use your dents, how they use what you have passed through before to use you and then dump you for the second time if you don't heal. So when you still a virgin, it's not easy for them to convince you to make out with them, to have sex with them, okay? But think about a woman who has had to, who had broken his virginity, who have had 2, 3 relationships, trying to tell a man that no, sex, no, I can't until you marry me, then it's okay. What will that man say? He'll say, but you are not virgin. You used to do this thing. Why do you fear? All right? it's easier for them to convince you. And the moment they will be saying that it is not your first time, so why will it be hard for you to give it to me, yet you gave it to your first boyfriend, you gave it to your second boyfriend, you gave it to your third boyfriend. In fact, you are having a kid. So why are you trying to behave like excellent? Thanks for the flowers. There was somebody here there. All right, it's excellent. Why are you trying to behave as if you've never done this thing before? That is how men see the dents in you. They see the dent in you. They see that damage that has been caused by the first person. So you can imagine you are a woman who had a problem before. Your virginity was broken. Maybe it was broken and you were given a kid as well. And then this man went. You left. You broken up. Sometimes it might not even be the mistake of the man. It was your mistake. And you broke up. So you are getting the second person, and now you're trying to tell them that no, until you marry me, we cannot have sex. And he's reminding you that, why would you say that? You've done this thing before. You told me you have a kid, right? So why are you saying it's hard? But remember, I told you girls and boys and women here that losing your virginity doesn't make you lose your value, that now every man you date after that should sleep with you. Having a kid doesn't take away your value. That just because you have a kid, every man who comes into your life has to sleep with you. It doesn't take away your value. What it means, if you if you don't take time, all right, to get to heal yourself, to get to fix the trauma that comes with being broken, to get to heal from the past trust issues, it will be easy for people to convince you, and you will go back home trying to ask yourself like, but why am I saying no to him? By the way, I've done this thing before. Even though I'm trying not to have sex again before I get married, but if I don't have sex with this guy, I will lose him. Probably I will lose him, I think so. But what do I do, God? God, I'm trying to keep myself pure. But now I have a man, and this man is asking me out. If I don't give him my body, he's going to leave me. And he's my fourth. Maybe he's my third. I can't take this. Guys, take good care of yourselves. Never lose your value. Somebody, Rosie Palmer, is saying, I've never been happy in any relationship I've ever had in my life. I learned how to love myself. Rosie Palmer, you need to be taught. You need to be coached. You need to do something to yourself. You need to move on. You need to go through the passage. See, I offer coaching that is dubbed moving from a breakup, stages of breakup. It is a coaching that takes a maximum of 2 hours, 1 hour, 30 minutes. If you come and you pay for that coaching that takes 1.5 hours, it's dubbed moving on from a breakup. The stages. It will assess you, help you to assess yourself to see which stage you are in breakup. And once you find the place where you are, you can now try and enroll anywhere with any coach to train you and coach you on how to move from that stage to get yourself back to where you feel like you've never been in relationship again. But when you are still saying that I've never been happy in relationship, there is something you haven't done. If you haven't healed, like Alpha is saying, if you don't heal fast, you end up hurting more. Because, guys, let me make it easy, like even a kindergarten baby can understand what I'm talking about here. Imagine when you went for your first relationship, that guy, that man who loved you the first time, that woman you loved for the first time, did you have any doubt? Did you think like, this guy is going to cheat me? Did you feel like, this guy will break me and leave me? Did you ever had that in your mind? You were so innocent. You didn't even know how relationship works. You were just there for love. You were just there. You just wanted things to work for you. Then boom, you are broken. You are left. You have pain. Now you are looking for the second person, but you're looking for this second person with a lot of burden. You are carrying too much things on your back. You are not that new person. You're not that innocent person. You have tasted the feeling of having sex. You have tasted the feeling of having a man or a woman in your life. You have felt the feeling of missing somebody. You have felt the feeling of being called and told that, without your message, I can't eat my dinner. Before seeing your message in the morning, I can't wake up from my bed. You have had all those feelings. Now, you are expecting a certain level because now you have a marking scheme. You have a marking scheme for having been in the first relationship. There's a marking scheme, and there are now expectations start to arise. You will ask somebody like, okay, your first relationship did not work. So what do you expect from your second relationship? The first thing somebody will tell you, I just don't want to be treated like I was treated in my first relationship. That is somebody who has not moved on. He hasn't moved on. He still has a pain. She has a pain if it's a she. And that kind of a person can never find true love. You can never. My dear sisters and brothers, every day people say here that there's no true love. Yes, there is no true love for people who haven't healed. You can never find it. However hard you will try, you can never find it. You'll find a man, but this man will always just be wrong in your life. They can have everything, they can give you everything, but still they will be wrong in your life. So somebody is saying or asking, why are men cheating every time? Do you know why? Because you find a man who is so good, who wants to live with you, who wants to give you everything, but he cannot because the energy you are giving to him is not that positive. You are fearful, you are worried, you got trust issues. That's why you want to call him every time, and men don't want you to call them every time. That's why you want to video call them even they're driving. Oh, put your video on, I want to see you while driving. That's why you cannot get true love. They will not be liking it. Somebody is saying, Carol Tom is asking, how long does it take for someone to heal? There's no period. There is no specific period for healing. For you to heal, you must get a coach. You can never heal alone. My dear brothers and sisters, you can never heal alone.